Welcome yet again to another episode of the Dead Road Podcast with Harold Moyo. Today we got my boy,
Yes, sir.
Sihle Dube.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Ah!
In the house.
In the house. You know, when I was coming here today, I was like, should I look for my designer?
Just to check it out.
Just to check out if the drip is fine.
Drip
you know?
check. Man.
Hey, I was like, what should I do? Are my kicks fine? Then I remembered, no. Actually, you won't even check out all the kicks.
No. Relax.
You
No, I mean, like, man, fashion. I love fashion. I won't lie. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I love fashion. I love looking good. So. But no pressure. No pressure.
No, because the drip is there.
Yeah, I know. Hey,
this is just me saying, hey, Donna, the drip is there.
Shucks. I appreciate it.
The drip is there, and it's always, one of those things is that, dudes, when people look for guys in the faith, they always think, okay, the dressing is this certain way.
There's a stigma.
There's a stigma. There's a certain way, and I know you also been serving for a long time, and obviously your church is located in the hood, right? Yeah. But you're a city boy.
I'm you could say I'm in the suburbs. Suburbs of some sort.
You're in the suburbs of some sort. So I always get intrigued by just fashion.
Okay.
I always get intrigued by just fashion. But before we get into fashion first, because people are like, hey, these dudes are already talking about drip.
Yeah, already drip checking.
You don't even know these guys. Or who are you, Harold? Because some people are just coming
That's so
because
true.
Of you.
Those are
like,
facts.
Who are you?
Yeah,
who are you?
Facts.
Okay. Before I even get to know you, because I still want to come back to that fashion part, because it's a big thing which I feel like it also plays a role in the greater spectrum of the kingdom.
Okay, yeah.
Sihle.
Yes.
Is your name Sihle, or it's a short for something?
No, it's just, that's it. That's all you get, Sihle, yeah.
Which basically means gift.
Sihle means beauty.
Beauty.
Yeah, something that is pleasing.
Oh, so it's a male version of buhle.
Ubuhle is beauty. Sihle is beautiful. Like, for example, isipho esihle.
Isipho esihle.
Yeah, a beautiful gift.
Yes. That's what I was trying to say. That is it one word?
It is. It's part of.
Yeah.
That's part of it. That's why my younger brother is buhle. I think my mom, I don't know, but yeah, my younger brother's buhle. I'm sihle. So, and it's not, and they're not shortened. Even buhle, it's just buhle. So it's not sipe sihle or esihle or you know what I mean. There's quite a few extended parts of the name Sihle, but Mina, it's just
Sihle. It's so funny. I had a guy, first time I came to SA, I went straight to Cape Town. And then went to a private uni, and there was, I think in terms of Southern Africa, it was just 4 of us. One guy from Pietermaritzburg, rather, called Sipe Sihle.
Okay.
Yeah. Hey, baller, basketball crazy, but drip, killing it.
Yeah.
And other dudes also. And the funny part is that you are Sihle and you are Sipe Sihle. Also, he was just so well polished, man.
Yeah.
He was growing locks at that time.
Okay.
He was just so well polished, but the way he dresses, his tracksuits and stuff. And I'm like, hey, this kid. And he was always talking about, emancipation of the black child. And in my head, I'm looking at you. I'm like, man, you look like you already economically sorted.
You
look like you're already economically sorted. So with Sihle, I always say there is prophecy in names. Okay. I think for the people who've watched the past 5 episodes, they've always seen my rhythm in terms of names and stuff. Do you embrace your name? Do you like your name?
Oh, that's a question I've never had.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like, I don't know. This is a name that I don't have a backstory to tell you. Like, this is why they named me Sihle.
Yes.
Yeah, my mom has never shared that with me, but all I know is that the meaning of it speaks of something that's pleasing. So I guess when I came, it was pleasing to them that it was a beautiful thing for them, or it was a beautiful moment somehow, or I brought some good feelings, as maybe obviously a child, a baby is a gift.
Yes.
Any baby, any child is a gift. So I guess I was isipho esihle, you know what I mean? And so that's why they decided, okay, usihle. Simbizo usihle. Maybe I was a cute baby.
Yeah.
Never know. Maybe I was just maybe I was cute and my mom was like, "Oh, muhle kanjani? Asingambizi muhle, sithi sihle."
Yeah. No, but boys to boys is still a cute dude.
Thanks, my boy. I appreciate that, man.
Boys to boys
Normally gents run away from appreciating another guy's like, chama boy le, labo chama la.
Yeah, no, I'm not about that. If you're a cute son, you're a cute son.
Yeah.
If you're cool with it, you're cool with
like,
it.
Nah, bro, you're good looking. You're good looking guy.
You're good looking. No, because obviously, as a dude of the faith, I always believe in parents speaking into
life.
Their children.
Okay, yes.
Life
yes.
into their children.
Yeah.
And the way you carry yourself, the way you walk, and even when in the midst, I remember the first time we actually met and we interacted, I think with Packers, the then Packers Comedy Club in the hood by Melrose, by Monte Casino. And it was, I think, Rory and was the comedian guy.
Napster.
Napster, they invited me for something there.
Yes,
and,
that's right, yeah. I remember.
And the thing is that in as much as you chilling, people always, I think people when they see you, they always, there's people always assume and they preconceived
No,
idea
of course, yeah, of course.
when they see someone. And then I remember you had a chance to say something. And then I'm like, okay, boy, they worked on you. They put some scripture in you. Okay.
I don't even remember what I said, but okay.
I'm like, okay, they put some scripture
There's
in
something
you.
there.
Like there is, just like a cute little boy.
Yeah.
This man is loaded.
Yes, sir.
What is the importance of just your faith, Ubuntu? The reason why I say Ubuntu because Umzulu.
I'm Swati.
Nguni. We're almost the same thing.
Yeah. I guess, yeah.
Yeah, we're almost the same thing.
Same
Nguni
clan.
people, we're almost the same people. But still Ubuntu, even in Setswana, Sesotho, it's Ubuntu.
Yeah, Ubuntu, yeah.
So it's almost the same thing. What is the importance of the faith, number one, in Jesus, just to put it out there?
Yeah.
And Ubuntu in your life, because even I've seen how sometimes when you get into spaces, you basically make sure like
it's clear.
You are more like us. My grandmother used to stay in a place called Nkulumane, which is basically like a Soweto of Bulawayo.
Okay.
So like it's the biggest thing. So like how it is in Nkulumane there, whenever you get shipped from the Babs to the hood, you have to, when you're walking with her, you have to make sure if she's greeting some people, you also greeting everyone. But there's a way. There's a way you do it, and I've seen that in you. That there's a serious Ubuntu in you, and I just want you to just speak on us on just your faith and the Ubuntu side of it.
Yeah, that's it's a question. That question could last this whole podcast.
Which is good. Let's give it to them.
Because it's faith and then Ubuntu. That's like, those are two stories to tell. You know what I mean? I think every individual has a faith story and a just Ubuntu or a where background story. Let me
Yes,
just say,
yes, yeah,
let me say background.
yeah.
You know, because the background ihambisana no buntu.
Nobuntu.
So yeah. Well, with me, I'll start with my background. I'm not very cultural, to be honest. We're not a very cultural family. Ekaya. I mean, we are Swati. My dad's dad originally family yake babuya in which is Eswatini.
Yes.
Then they moved to, but Sikulele, my dad as well, Kulele la in Joburg. My dad's dad and mom.
So he's first generation South African.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes. So my dad's mom and dad, they also, I think, most of their lives were spent here in SA. I mean, yeah, in SA, Joburg and Soweto. So that's Ikaya. Ilapi Ikaya likona liga gogo. And so I think for me, my background is mostly rooted in Soweto, between Soweto and Foslo. Fosloras, that's where my dad established the church and the ministry, in Foslo. So that was mainly where my upbringing was in terms of rural or Kasi type of thing. I think that's where my grooming, a lot of my Ubuntu grooming happened through my gran.
Yeah.
Koko always nje lapha eSoweto in Meadowlands. It's always been a thing of know your neighbors, you know what I mean, speak to your neighbors and whoever's coming to across the road, greet. It's just a thing. It's like a communal and community based, behavior or conduct, you know. So nje, it's been a thing, and I've seen that through her, Ugogo. I've seen that through my dad's siblings, Kona lapha eSoweto, and how they would just carry themselves and how they would look out for each other in their neighbors, you know what I mean, and just people and just strangers who would come. Obviously, some would come just to see Ubaba, whatever, and stuff. But I've seen how they carry themselves, and then I saw that even Efoslo growing up. Before that's where most of my childhood was, Efoslo. Not most, actually, a little bit, because then when I started nursery, when I started grade 1, then grade 2, then we moved into suburb. Then we moved into Glen Vista, and the south side.
The hills.
Yeah, somewhere there, man. But by then I was already groomed in terms of the Ubuntu side of things, like just knowing that you are a black child and you are a child who grew up not from a silver spoon.
Yeah.
You grew up from people who loved people.
Yes.
People who cared for what other people are going through, and people who looked out for those they considered their own.
Yes.
Whether family or extended family friends. We were always big on family friends, Tina. Okay? Having people who were not blood, but we consider them family. And so that grooming Ubuntu, it really became big on me. And then when the faith kicked in, and it was all concurrently, to be honest,
Yes.
Bihambi-san. It wasn't
Yeah.
this and then that.
Yeah.
So it was faith and Ubuntu at the same time. So when the faith kicked in for me, because obviously as a child you're growing up, you don't know really who God is and what this concept of God is, but you go to church and you try and tap in or understand. So as soon as it kicked in for me, then the faith part just solidified who I already was as in character. I've always been someone who was caring. Like I'm very, like if I'm not like standoffish or like intimidating. Or some
Not at all.
some
Not at all.
people would think being saba approach or whatever. Angazi ukusaba iphumaphi. But it's a thing of like, I mean, I've always been a person who's welcoming, and I love to communicate and talk and connect with people, and I enjoy that because I feel like uNkulunkulu ngiphile like a thing of being able to connect with people,
People, yeah.
and he's given me the character of not being scared. Though I do get shy, but I'm confidently shy. I don't know how to put that, how to make sense of that. But I'm always confident, but I get shy and nervous.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I know, no, I've got this. I can do this. So yeah. So then the faith came in, humility, and the what is this, characteristics and the attributes of God, which are love, humility, gentleness, kindness, all of that. Then this just made sense, and then it just made it made me who I am today. Easily. I'm a caring person. Easily, I'm a loving person. I love, you know what I'm saying? Which is the reason why I'm more of a long-term relationship guy. Like, I can't do, in the streets. They call it in the streets nowadays.
In the streets, that's what it is.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I really, I get tired because I really prefer getting into something with someone that means something, that's going somewhere. That's what I want, especially now that I'm older. When I was younger, obviously, I was still thinking as a young person, but I've always thought ahead, always, even when I was young, So I think, to answer you, to finish up your ask, I think for me, Ubuntu and faith are perfectly fused in the person that I am today, and I think my faith basically fuels my Ubuntu at this point. So my faith is the one that kind of keeps me humble, keeps me respectful,
Yes.
keeps me welcoming to people, and especially to our people. You know what I mean? But generally nje, abantu ngiyabathanda when they also show the same thing. You know what I mean? They show the same traits.
Yes.
Even though, I mean, if not everyone is the same, some people really are evil and not forgiving or whatever. But even in those moments in my life, I most of the time, and this is a trait of mine that I kind of don't like, I most of the time am forgiving quickly. So I forgive and I give people a benefit of the doubt. You know what I mean? And sometimes it's like that works against me because people take advantage. You know what I mean? Then they walk over you because they can see with the eye, I was relaxed.
But you don't look like you can be walked all over.
Nah, no.
Maybe it's because you're my boy that is.
It's you know what? I think it's something that's grow over time. I think God somehow saw, I need to cover him. In a sense, I feel like that whole thing of Sabo, I respect you, whatever, good man, whatever. That thing that like as of late I'm getting a lot. I feel like it's God protecting me because honestly, like I'm a easygoing gent. Like I'm really easygoing and I care easy. If I really like connect with you, I can care very quickly. You know what I mean? And that can work against me because then I don't know on the other side, Uti, what their intentions are. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like that whole respecting whatever is God kind of covering me like with kind of his glory. I'm just gonna put it like that, his glory, so that abantu banga be quick to bang papel nje. You know what I mean? Bang sugele. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? And then just be haphazard with me or be careless with me. I think God is doing that, over my life because I do believe there's a calling over my life and I'm walking in it. So and so because God chose me, he's covering me with the parts that may be vulnerable for people to take advantage of.
That's so cool. That's so cool, man. That's so cool because one thing I realize about just someone in the faith, it's about sometimes how we carry ourselves.
Yeah.
You know, the message which we say to people can actually be a ministry.
Yeah. Yeah,
You
for
know,
sure.
I know we're supposed to be audible, we're supposed to be vocal, we're supposed to say stuff.
Yeah.
But how we carry ourselves can actually be a ministry. And
That's true.
I love that you mentioned the part of community that you saw people coming into your space, right? And you also started learning from them. You know, it wasn't just pops, mom, granny, it was also community. You know, we have a saying, I feel like it's an African saying that a child is raised by the village.
Yeah.
You know, in as much as we didn't grow up in villages,
Yeah,
you
but
know,
it's the
village,
mentality.
the mentality
Yeah.
and the whole concept of it, that
Yeah.
a child is raised up by the village. And I love how this whole thing is going. And being a firstborn son,
Second. Yeah.
right? Who's the firstborn?
Mto.
Are you for real?
Yeah, a lot of people, I'm telling you, man.
Why you look like you?
I'm
you
telling
are the one who's supposed to take
man.
the throne.
I'm telling you, man. I don't know. Hey, I don't know. Only God knows. Mto is number one. Mto is it's a 3-year gap between me and Mto. So yeah, about Mto in a baby face. Problem ilap. He's got a baby face, and I don't necessarily have a baby face. And a lot of people compare me to looking like my dad more than Mto. Actually, Mto looks like my mom, more like my mom, and I look like my dad. Buhle looks like my dad as well. But a lot of people say I'm the one who looks more like my dad, and who carries himself like my dad. You know, I mean, there's quite a few things, you know, that people compare. So angazi, man, I look older than him, so that's all I know.
It's not the baby. So
It's not the first time.
The drip you got, the baby face you don't.
Yeah, I don't know. Sucks. Dude. It sucks. Sometimes, you know. Sometimes.
No, don't worry about it. We still look younger than this.
Yeah.
You know, we still look younger
Yeah,
than this
a lot of
2000s.
people still say, no, you
Yeah.
look like you're 20s, like in your late 20s, and I'm like, nah, I'm not. I'm past 30.
Yeah, past 30.
Yeah, I'm past
You know,
30.
and talk about your dad. Obviously, for those who may not know, you're Bishop Benjamin Dube's son.
Yes.
You know, and I was going to speak about you being a firstborn, so fish that already has been thrown out.
Sorry.
You know, you're Bishop Benjamin Dube's son, which basically means that you have seen ministry for what it is with your own eyes.
Yeah. Yep.
You know, you've seen ministry from the toiling to the toiling to the toiling, and maybe the success which people think, you know,
it happened overnight or something. Yeah.
You know, there's a success because
of course.
while I'm listening to you, you obviously mentioned like the journeys of then you went where, and in my head I'm like, people do not know that stuff do not happen overnight. Even with you right now.
Hey, my man, telling you.
You know,
it's a journey.
It's a journey.
It's a journey, man. I'm telling you.
It's a journey.
Yeah.
And I just want to touch on you first before we come to Pops, right? You, in the public, people know you as the Dube Brothers.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And they know you as Bishop's sons.
Yeah.
And some people always say that the Dube Brothers are only there because of the Bishop.
Yep.
Right?
Yeah.
And of which I can controversially say yes. Sometimes if you're a son of the house,
yeah,
if you're God's son,
you get the perks and the inheritance.
you get the perks and the inheritance.
Yeah.
So first of all, let me say to all the haters, yes.
Yes.
Do you agree with me?
Yeah. Yes. There's no denying that, and I wouldn't have it any other way. You know, I feel blessed being that God gave me my dad. You know what I mean? So it is not firstly my fault. It's actually a privilege. It's actually a gift. So I can confidently say yes, it's because of our dad that we were able to break in, or able to have more of a an easier break into the industry. It was for some they have it harder. Some it could take longer, but for us, because of who our dad was and what he went through, the struggles that he went through, so that we don't go through it. You know what I mean? We were able then to reap the inheritance and the benefits of having a father who went through the mud, so that his offspring doesn't have to go through some of the things that he went through in the industry. So it's not something that is to be shunned upon. Some people say, yeah, but, it's only because, well, yes, it is. Yes. It's because of that, and we thank God for that. You know what I'm saying? And does that mean we don't have the gifts? It would be a different conversation if we didn't.
I was gonna come there. I wanted to speak.
Yeah,
I wanted to start.
Sorry, man. Yeah, but it would have been a different conversation if the gift didn't speak for itself.
Yeah.
And if it was a matter of, but abanayo lento le, why bayenza? You know what I mean? There'd be different chat to say, okay, fine, siya forced. But no, God gave us those. We have the gifts. It's evident. We have the ability and the capability to do what we're doing and do it well. So because of that, yes, our Father gave us the transportation quicker, into the industry. But then when we got there, we showed that God actually gave us what we have, and to be effective in it. You know what I'm saying? The results, did show with okay. No, sharp, Bafana baka Benjamin Dube, godwa bayazwakala. Lento bayenzayo siyayizwa, siyayibona. You know what I'm saying? So there's no denying the gift. Yeah, there's no denying.
Yeah, it's good that you already went in there, because I was trying to build it up. To say, hate them or love them.
Yeah.
Fresh sound.
Facts.
Great production. Fresh sound again. Because there's something about the music. There is something where it's like everything's almost all the same. And then nakhala nithi, hey, now why now abantu belalo Nicki Minaj, or whoever. And when you come up and you listen to, because let me tell you, when you come up and you listen to you guys, of which my only gripe is that I feel like there's supposed to be like a whole lot more
continuity.
That's my only gripe, because I feel like the sound, I feel like I know the sound is fresh, the sound is what's needed. The sound actually right now, if I were to say let's do a project, my money on it, I definitely know that probably in this season you'll then be more appreciated, especially because of sometimes what's happening internationally in terms of the urban space.
Yes, definitely.
In terms of the urban space. So the gifting is there, your market is there, and the funny part is that, it's always nice when you've got consumers or a market who's always waiting, so they can talk about that. But the giftings and the talent, it's avalanche.
It's there.
It is there.
Yeah.
Facts on facts.
Yeah.
And I think there's a biblical principle there. What you're saying, you've been preaching a lot of sermons without you knowing this podcast. What you're saying, because at the end of the day, we're supposed to leave inheritance for our children's children.
Yep.
So the bishops job, in as much as you guys are feeling it, your kids are gonna feel it more.
Yeah.
Because now it's like generation.
Yeah.
You know, in India they've got the Tata family.
Mm.
You know, here they've got the Oppenheimer family.
Okay.
You know, there is obviously the Waltons.
Yes.
The guys who started owning Walmart,
Yeah.
and all. There's different types of families
Yeah.
which are there, and these are biblical principles. You know, these are biblical concepts where it's like, if you are to follow them, and my child shouldn't go through the mud, as you said. You know, just like I went through the mud. And it's something which us young fathers, future fathers, you know, can't wait to come to your wedding in 24 months. Less than 24 months.
All right, prophesy, my bro. Prophesy.
You know, and there's something beautiful about that. You know, so that when your kids are like, my granddad is who. Look at, we go mainstream, Benna.
Who's that?
Benna Boy.
Oh, Brenda, yeah.
Benna Boy's dad was always in the industry. My granddad was always in the
Is
industry.
it?
He was actually Fela Kuti's manager.
Oh, hectic. Wow.
You know,
Okay,
so
didn't
now
know that.
when all these things coming down the line, it is one of those. You know,
Wow.
and there's a lot of examples I can give.
Yeah,
you
there's
know,
too many.
Too many.
There's
Last
too
but
many,
not
man.
least, Paris Hilton. The Hilton family doesn't own Hilton anymore. Hilton hotels anymore.
How?
Right? They were sold them out, but guess what? In as much as they sold them, the guys who own the Hilton hotels now had to come and make a deal with Paris Hilton to say, we want you to be our brand ambassador. And the shows like, put a bag, and they put a lot of big bag. You know? So there is lessons to be learned about what you just said, even to our generation now. To say, in as much as we're grinding now, we're not just grinding to, you know, to buy a ranch, you know, or to like, we're staying in the north, of which, praise God, we get to stay in the north, or we stay in the hills. Praise God, we get to stay, you know, on a house on a hill. How about that? You know, praise God for that. But there's always a mindset which we need to have to make sure that our children's children, they'll be like, hey, thank God for Sihle the first. That's Sihle the fourth making noise. Say, hey, thank God for Sihle the first.
You know what I mean?
You know, you're a creative.
Yes. Basically.
You are like a creative. You know, because we just spoke of music, and I just want to speak also on the fashion aspect.
Okay.
You know, I see it as something you like, or something you're just. Is it something you like? You worked on something you're just given.
Hey, jeez, I don't know. I don't know how to put it. I've always been interested in the latest things that like, so when I was younger, I was always kind of like, firstly I was insecure because I was a big child. I was chubby, almost fat at some point, so I was very insecure, and I had the scar, you know. I still have it, but yeah, and you know, I had long hair, I had like an afro. So I used to get teased, you know, a lot, you know, and it was a thing that I didn't feel attractive to the opposite sex, and I was just like, and my brother Mto was a chama boy. Almost all his life, he's been kind of that guy, you know. So me, I only bloomed late, you know, probably from grade 10. When I started losing weight, because I started to dance. I was a hip hop dancer, and I was part of the cruise.
See, creative.
Yeah. It's part of the cruise and everything. And I started very early, grade 7, dancing and whatever. And then started to shed the weight. You know, grade 8, 9. You know, being popular at high school. You know, for the dancing and for the singing, because I was part of the choir.
Yeah.
But then that's where the fashion started to come in, because in dancing, fashion is big, you know, in that dance scene, You know, it's the
probably the
hoodies.
culture.
Yeah, it's the culture. It's definitely the culture. It's the hoodies. You know, the sweatpants, the matching, the sneakers. You know, the Air Forces. You know, and it's you know, it's what you're wearing. You know, what you're dancing in.
Yes.
That was a big thing. It's not just, oh, you're a good dancer. No, what are you dancing in? How good do you look dancing? You know what I'm
At
saying?
that time, we'll say, how's the swag?
Swag, facts,
Yeah.
you know. And so for me, I was just like, oh, okay, and I'm losing weight. Oh, shucks, okay, girls are noticing me now. So I started to think, okay, no, since I never had the confidence of how I looked, I'm gonna make sure, in terms of like features, I'm gonna make sure that every time I step into a place, I look good, clothes wise. You know what I mean? My swag, like my matching, whatever. So I always had the mentality with, okay, fine. I'm a fat kid or I'm a chubby kid. Maybe I may not be attractive easily to the eye, but I'm gonna make sure that I dress up well. So that helped me out. It helped me out, and it gave me kind of like a step ahead. And you know, then I started to lose weight, and then girls started seeing me sing Omarian Manje or being cleaner, and you
Come
know
on,
what I mean.
B2K.
You know what I mean?
Come on, B2K.
I'm telling you, bro, it was a thing when I used to dance. You know, like even now till today, people still say I look like Omarian. But then when I started to lose weight, then the confidence came because now I started to see, okay, cool, actually. Like I'm actually, yeah, I look good. Then I started to believe it for myself, to say, no, man, you look good. You know what I mean? You're a good looking guy. And so then that the whole fashion thing was just an add on for me. I was just like, you know, because I loved looking good in generally, almost all my life. You know, that was it was almost like my cover up to the fact that I was big. You know, so it was like I'm big, but I'm wearing nice clothes. So when I lost weight and everything, then everything just came together. You know what I mean? Bought new clothes. I made sure with I'm always dripping. You know what I mean? I made sure because now like I've got everything on point now. You know, everything is coming together. So that's how, for me, the fashion shaped me. You know, and now that I've grown and matured, because obviously then it was young mind, trying to impress girls, the phase, the stage that everyone goes through. Now that I'm a mature man, and it's more of just look after yourself, you know what I mean, be presentable, you know, and because now you realize and you understand that you're not representing yourself. So now you are the door entrance for people to get to God. You know what I'm saying? So now you're supposed to be an attractive person that attracts people to God. You know what I'm saying? So now it's just that where I'm thinking differently, when I'm just like, you know, I love to look good, yes, for myself, great. You know, I love myself, but at the same time, I understand that there's a bigger thing to it. You know what I mean? Like wherever I show up, people must kind of like be like, oh, he's interested, be curious. You know, and then when they get to talk to me and get to know me or see me sing or see me speak, you know what I mean? Then they kind of like, okay.
Not an
Who's
empty
this?
vessel.
Yeah, he's not empty. He's very filled. Okay, who's this God? You know, whatever, and become attracted to the God who's working in me. You know what I mean? Who's using me. So that's now how I've shifted into what fashion means to me as a man of God. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Ooh. You know, and I love this because this is all affirming the whole Death Road podcast, because we all go through phases.
Yeah.
You know, we go through stuff which we do not know how to deal with. All the times we know how to deal with, but when we look back, you'll be like, look where I'm coming from.
Yeah.
You know, and also the stages of you knowing this is the period where you are, this is the period where you're at. And the funny part is, my life is the other way around, you know, because I've got a brother who is a cousin brother, but he's a brother. Because we grew up in the same house, you know, and him and his dad, they were a bit more advanced privileged before we stayed together. before the dad passed away, and then they got involved in an accident. So he got a scar here,
Oh.
in his face. But he's that guy, when he used to come into the room, he just fills the room. Shorter than me. I had the height, but he had the bit of the first.
Okay.
I had the height, but he would just fill the room. And the funny part is that I do not know. They found a way to, with this guy, he found a way
to work around it.
He was always the guy. He was always the guy in such a way that when he went to the UK earlier in his 20s, I was like, goodbye, son.
You're like, good riddance.
Good riddance. Yeah. But that's like my boy. That's like my brother. Like, goodbye, guy. And so, because the crazy thing is that when I see him, I actually see you also. But I realized that he also had to start working. Maybe, I don't know if it was for economic freedom or maybe to fill in a void, but he also just started working in terms of like to make sure that he gets to be a CA, and stuff. But he was also the dancer guy, drama guy, always just putting up things like that. Shout out Chris, shout out to you.
Shout out Chris.
Yeah. But the body positivity, it feels like it's always spoken about or for women. It's refreshing hearing it from a man to say, I did not like how I looked.
Nope, did not.
So I think when you say that, there's brothers out there who probably do not like how they look, and it's so refreshing to hear a dude come up and say, I do not like how I look, but then I had to work on myself and how I look.
I had to make a way.
And also just to be presentable.
Yes.
Make sure that I look good and stuff.
My hygiene is good, you know what I mean? Like, just the things that are needed are done, are taken care of, you know what I'm saying? So that's all I had to work with. That's all I had. I didn't have the body. I couldn't flex. No, I couldn't. All I had was, okay, I have clothes. I can wear nice clothes. I can smell good, and just speak well. Yeah, because I always knew that I have the kind of like God gave me the gift of speaking. Some people will call it nowadays preaching. Especially if you're in the faith.
Yeah.
But for me, because I'm also an MC or a presenter as well.
Yes.
I have the gift of speaking.
Yes.
I just have the ability to articulate myself well, and also I'm a writer, so I'm able to kind of like put things together, put words together, so that it has an impact to whoever I'm speaking to, So that's why I used that as my power. That was my power. Or obviously the singing and the dancing, because I knew I could sing and dance, and I was the star of my crew. I was the guy.
Yes.
So I used my strengths. All I did was pinpoint my strengths, and I ran with that, and not in a cocky way. I was just like, this is what I have.
Use it.
I don't have what you have. That's cool, but this is what I have. So I'm gonna run with that, and it worked for me.
But I feel like this is the thing for anyone, whether you're a believer or not. God is pleased when you use your gift right.
Yeah, facts.
Because I'm just reminded, when still in the fashion side, Jerry Lorenzo, Fear of God guy, and I'm like, bruh, God is pleased with that guy. Because Jerry Lorenzo come up and he starts Fear of God, and Nike comes up and they grabs him and come design for us. We'll start to do your online here, and then he's got his sneakers. Nike comes up and they put crazy.
Didn't know that.
Crazy tagline. You should check him out. Fear of God is Jerry Lorenzo, a Christian guy. There's actually got an interview with this guy, Stephen Fettig. They've done an interview, guy, but his sneakers, especially the ones when he was still with Nike, beautiful. But also Kanye, his drip was inspired by Jerry Lorenzo.
Really?
Yeah, just check out Fear of God. So he owns Essentials.
Oh, he owns Essentials. Oh,
Essentials,
okay,
Fear of
that's
God.
fresh.
Yeah, so
Okay.
that Kanye drip was inspired by Fear of God, and then God is pleased with him in such a way that even you get to see the big fashion, sneaker fashion company
Brands,
brands
yeah.
come up and say, will you please come? You're still going to have your own situation on the side. And then while he's in there, the German giants editors come up and we want to grab you.
Yeah.
You know,
Hey,
we want
man.
to grab you. So now he's actually, just since after COVID, he's been with editors.
Adidas.
Yeah.
He went to the enemy, the
He
main
went to
competitor.
the main competitor, but
Sheesh.
it's still nice, you know. So which means that God is pleased, and it's so crazy because this is for creatives also to say whatever you do, make sure your mastery is on point.
Yeah, man.
You know,
Hey.
but it won't be called mastery if it's not on point.
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah,
you know.
yeah.
But whatever you do, make sure it's on point. And then you start up a new season in your life. Because I think I've watched it over the past 2 years or so. I don't know if you started it before, but it just started unveiling in my eyes and maybe to other people. You know, and this man, I'm saying this man is going on auditions, and I'm like, so I used to get paid to be in front of the camera, you know, just for a period of time in my life, and obviously, you know, South Africa, most offices are here for whether West or East Africa, or you know, Central Africa, and I got a lot of those. I got a lot of those
Wow.
gigs, you know,
Okay.
so I know the waiting. I know.
It's
You know, remember the time I texted you and I'm like, you're gonna wait for 90 days
sure. To get that check.
to get that check. I know the waiting, but there's a season of your life where I started seeing it unravel, you know, and just coming up in front of our eyes, and it's only when I actually went to my mom, I was doing some deal. I went to back home. It's only when I went to my mom for about 3 weeks, you know, because I did Zambia, so I did Uganda. When we went to Zambia, then I had to go to Zim so that I can close it up and come. Then there you're watching like local tele, probably like ETV, SABC,
Okay, yeah.
whatever. Then I start seeing, you know, that so my voice
It's in the adverts.
My voice thing is
International,
you know, the thing is actually working. The
Oh,
auditions
the
are
things
actually
are- yeah,
working.
yes,
you know,
yes,
actually
yes,
it's not
yes.
like the boys, because it's not one or two. You know, my boys' auditions are actually working.
Yeah.
You know, because us when you're at home, you're just chilling in Brighton. The first thing is Netflix,
Sure.
YouTube,
Yeah.
Disney.
Sure.
You know, if you're bored, Apple TV.
Yeah.
By the time your day is done,
No,
you're
it's-
not really going to
no.
where the masses are actually
Yes.
watching. You know,
Yeah,
so
about DSTV or
you know, the
about
minority,
SABC,
we
yeah.
are busy. Netflix,
Netflix,
you know, and
Prime
all those,
Video,
you know,
all these things. Yeah.
with the Jeff Bezos. So when I was at home, just working on those things which I was working on, I realized, so these auditions, because you post auditions,
Yeah, post.
but you don't post.
post,
You don't post the final product.
Yeah, I
You know,
post
like on
auditions,
WhatsApp, you're posting auditions. And
yeah.
I'm like, the boy just started a new journey, but this journey, which means, I'm like, even now, not knowing that you're a dancer, I knew you're a copywriter. You know, I know you write. I didn't even know you're a dancer. But then I knew you're a singer.
Yes.
But now I'm like, the man is now in front of the camera,
Sure.
acting,
Yes, sir.
doing adverts.
Yes,
How's
sir.
that? How's been that journey?
Man, yeah, that it's so crazy, man, because this journey started when I first prayed to God about the fact that I want to be an actor, and that first prayer was made when I was still a child, not even a teenager. I was probably between 10 and 13, you know. When I had that desire to, the music was there. I knew I could sing.
Yeah.
But I had a desire to act, to be in front of the camera acting, you know. And then I prayed that prayer sharp, and then things happened, of course, according to God's will. You know, the music started to boom with the brothers, and time went on so much that I wanted to when I was in grade 9, going on to grade 10, where you then get to choose your subjects. I wanted to move to NSA.
Yeah.
I wanted to go to National School
That's
of
the
Arts.
cooking, that's the cooking pot.
Yeah, I wanted to, because that's what I knew. With, okay,
Yes.
that's where I can learn how to more about acting. Yes, man.
Manana,
Yes.
everyone comes out.
Yes, and my little brother Ubuhle was there, you know. But by the time when I wanted to go, he wasn't there yet. But he was working his way to go there. Yeah, I wanted to go there, and I was just like, no, man, because I still had that desire. Even in high school, I'm like, no, man, I want to act, you know. So I should be at NSA. And then I told my dad. My dad was like, it's too late, boy. Just finish where you are. You're now going on grade 10. Just finish off. It's too late to start. And I was just like, I was like, you know what, it's fine. You know, we'll see later how what happens. So then, yeah, you know, and at that time, I even had actor friends, you know, as I grew up after matric. This thing is still bugging me out. So then I went, studied at Vega, you know, creative brand communications. That's when I started now getting introduced to advertising. You know,
The Vega, I think they are the gods of advertising.
yeah. So it's between Vega and AAA. Some will say AAA, you know, because they are they are butting heads. Yeah. So I went to Vega. So yeah, and you know, I learned creative brand communications. That's when I specialized as a copywriter, and then I got into the advertising industry. You know, because I always had the ability to conceptualize, you know, ideas, and then ability to put it down into words, you know. But I did start as a graphic designer in a sense, but then I specialized into copywriting. So, but I think then I did that copywriting for like as a permanent employee between 2013 into 2020, you know.
That's
and
like
then
a decade.
yeah, it's a while, bro. And then I've been in the industry for like 10 years now. Yeah, I think now. But then in 2020, when we had the lockdown and everything, you know, I think God spoke to me, you know, and He was just like, "There's more, you know, there's more." And and then that feeling came back to me. We isolated. I'm thinking, yo, no, man. You know, it can't just be advertising. Yes, the music. Meanwhile, I'm advertising. The music, you know, is still also happening with the brothers, Spirit of Praise, Dad, you know, Bishop, and we out here. We're gigging in the weekends. During the week, I'm 9 to 5ing. You know what I mean? So it was working out. It was balancing nice. But then in lockdown, I was just like, Lord, the God was like, no, but that's not enough. You know, there's more that I've spoken to you about, you know, and you need to stretch, you know. So I was just like, yo. Then I left my permanent in 2020 during, you know, like, you know, and I was like, no, I'm leaving, and I resigned permanently, and then I started freelancing in 2020. That's when then I sought for an agency for the acting. Then I found through a friend, a church friend of mine, shout out Balisa, I found Stone Culture.
Yeah.
And then Stone Culture then brought me in. This was in 2021, I think, Stone Culture. 2021, I got in. So it has been like 2 years of me in this game.
So I know my stuff.
Yeah, I know you do. I know you do, bro. So yeah, when I got into Stone Culture, then you know, got representation, but they specialize in commercials. So then though I did express that I want to act, and they were like, no, well, we also do the telenovelas. We have the Chetas, you know, and the bomb production guys. We know the guys, you know, so don't worry, we'll have opportunities. Then I went in. Then I did you know, some acting workshop with them, you know, just to groom my skills and whatever in acting. Then then from there, boom, castings. Like in the first year of me being an actor, like officially, I shot 4 ads. And this was in 2022. Yeah, so I joined, 2022. So between 2021 and 2022, I shot like 4 ads. Actually, even 5, man.
Brother,
this year.
That's like more than a decade for some people.
Yeah, no, it took some time. No, really. To show that, you know, that God had something planned. I feel like how that happened and how things just started to, because I was worried about my financial status. Like, I'm freelancing, it's not stable. It's just like gigs. You know what I mean? It's not stable. Highs, lows. You know what I mean? Busy, quiet. So I was like, yo, how am I gonna maintain my bills? You know, and my rent and my whatever. But then, the commercials came in, and then things were happening. God made a way with the commercials, and so I was able to maintain. And at the same time, the music is still going, so at least it's still kind of helping me. But then we went quiet with the brothers for a while, and we're still quiet. But I think
you're waiting for my check.
Yeah.
And the bishop is like, no, you're not gonna own this music.
Bro, I'm telling you, it was just like, so now all I had was the freelancing and the acting. So I've been on this journey, and today I can sit and say, I'm an actor who's shot a few ads and who's been on one of the biggest telenovelas, either The River, as of recent. So and I'm still going, man, and I really feel like God has given me quite a few things to work with in my hands, quite a few gifts, and I don't know how they're gonna work out, meaning how it's all gonna come together. But I've left it all to Him, because He gave it to me. So yeah, you know what I mean. I just told Him, look, Lord, I'm in ministry, I'm in acting, I'm in music, I'm in, you know what I mean. Like, you tell me where to go. Tell me where to go, I'll go. And you work it out. There's quite a few things. You told me to stretch. You told me I can have more than one stream of income. You said that's what you want for me. So you tell me where to go and make it happen. So that's where I'm at right now, man. I'm just flowing with God where He leads me, where He says I should go, and I'm praying, and I know, as a matter of fact, because I trust Him, that everything will work out more than I expected. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. No, it's beautiful, man. It's beautiful because I see a life of passion.
Yeah.
A life of intentionality.
Man, that's my word for 2023. Actually, yeah, intentional. That's my word. Yeah, for 2023.
Ooh, come on, Pastor Travis Green.
Yes, sir.
Because He's intentional for you.
Yes.
I think that's just a reminder.
Yes, He is, man.
He's actually intentional for you.
Yeah, that's so good.
He's actually intentional for you.
Yeah.
For your life, for who you are, and I think we didn't cover everything. We might have to have another sit down again.
Man, that's why I told you, I was like, these chats will take up the whole podcast.
We might have to have another sit down again. But what I like is that your life was just a canvas.
Yeah.
And God started just painting it.
Yeah, man. He did.
Even through your times when you were not so sure. Or times when Pops says, just finish.
Yeah.
I want to go to NSA.
Yeah.
That's the space.
Yeah.
I remember I wanted to go to Rema Tusa, Oklahoma, for Bible college. First of all, Moms was like, first things first, go to uni. Get some sort of college or whatsoever, whether it's uni, college, and then you go do theology. These are people of the faith. Like first things first. I went in, I did that. Then afterwards, I went back home. I was like, I'm gonna try and push to go to the States. By that time, obviously, Zim dollar is dollarizing. Ish. And when you go up, you apply, you get the place. Right?
Oh, you
get the place, but now when it's now time to get the visa, they'll tell you, we're not giving you. Or there's nothing. But then also then a door opened for this one here. That I came back again into the country, because first of all, when I came into the country, I was at Media Village, and then I went out. But when I came back here, I was also studying. Also, like, now I'm coming to do my theology, and it all made sense. It all made sense why I was actually supposed to be in South Africa. Because South Africa, I term it as the capital of Africa. in as much as we're in the south of Africa, yes, people might say, hey, Nigeria is the one popping, but I feel like some of those things are seasonal. And,
Yeah,
and numbers too.
Yeah.
Right
Yes,
now,
yes.
Even right now, the new sound, which is actually they've actually grabbed.
Yeah, they took it.
It's a sound.
It's ours.
It's a sound from down south.
Yeah, it's from us. Yeah.
And then when God started showing me what He's doing, stadiums packed, I think there's plus 35 international artists we've brought into the continent from here to the Niger, to Kenya, which is the capital of East Africa, to Uganda, everywhere. How it then makes sense that even meeting statesmen through this thing, then made sense that I was supposed to be here. Because if I was going to be in the States, I was probably going to be, because everything is not really centralized in the States. Everything's decentralized. That if you're doing stuff in Cheetown, you're doing stuff in Cheetown there. Chance to do your stuff in there. If you're in Atlanta, Cray or 103,000 or TI, do your stuff there.
Yeah.
It's like you just do stuff
do
there.
It there, yeah.
You do not do stuff. So it always made sense, and I can relate because now when I listen to you, I see that even that dream which you had, God hadn't forgotten about.
No, he had not.
Yeah. And now when it's happening, I feel like it's actually the right time.
No, it is.
It is the right time because now there's a bit of stability, soberness.
Yeah.
Age also gives you soberness.
Definitely.
Dude, how many people do we know who've been on telly or who've had number one hits? From the time, let me just say, I came to study here in 2004, right? Until 2007, went back home, then came back again in 2008. Let's just talk about, 2008. Let's just talk about 2008 until now. We think of number one hit songs, both in the mainstream and Christian. We think of like the who's actors, both in the mainstream.
Yeah.
Wow, Christian is not nothing.
Yeah, well, there is a genre now, but yeah.
Yeah, but you then see that some of those people, they come and go.
Yeah.
But when God comes up and preserves you for a certain time, it's beautiful.
It is, man.
It's just beautiful.
It is.
And for me, I like what I'm seeing.
Thank you, man. And it's only the beginning, man. There's so much. I'm glad that you recognize that, and people can see the transition, and people can see how God is working things out in my life. Because, like you said, like this, people see the finished product always. They don't know what it took to get there, and they don't know how far down that plant was seeded or was planted. That seed was planted. So they don't know how far down those prayers go. You know what I mean? I was a child when I prayed to God about that. I'm now grown and an adult, and only now of that prayer it's coming to pass. And it's like, some people would think, how actor, and it's like, no, I've been praying about this thing. It's been bothering me, yes, the music and the singing, yes, that's there. You've seen that, and it makes sense because of my dad. It makes sense with back to yeah, you know what I mean. And now that you see the acting part of me, it's like, continue. You know what I mean? It's like, it's something that's always been there. It's not just a now thing. You're just seeing things happen. You're just seeing the fruits of it, the fruits of those prayers now. And for you to recognize that, I really appreciate that, man. And I think it's only the beginning for me. I haven't really, I I'm an overthinker. So this a lot of the things that happen that God makes a way of, I appreciate, but I'm always kind of like, yo, but Lord, what's next?
What's next? Yeah.
You know what I mean? But like, what's next? Like, there's bigger, and also on the music side, Lord, I'm, I have to go solo. You know what I mean? I'm gonna do solo, and of which this is something that's actually happening. And it's like you've given me my songs. I have songs, and I have things I need, and I have a story to tell that you've told me to sing about. You know what I mean? So even with that, you know what I mean? And it's like that's also something that's gonna be sufficing, soon. And ngapa, it's the acting that's sufficing, and I'm just like, when I look at it from outside in, I'm like, yo, yeah, Lord, you're really doing something, and I'm looking forward to seeing where that's gonna go and where it's gonna end. You know what I mean? For me, I really do feel like it's the beginning for me, man. I really do. And whether it's in the music, it's in the acting, in the ministry, for me, it's the beginning, man. And there's so much more that's gonna be done. And I'm glad I could sit here at the brink of breakthrough.
Cool. I usually do this, give people verses when I'm about to close, but I'm going to give you the verse for you to carry.
Cool.
And then I then ask you 5 questions.
Oh,
well,
sweet.
2 questions.
Okay, two.
Two questions. Okay. 2 questions. But the reason why I'm giving you this is because I just feel like I need to give you before I close.
Fair, okay,
Right?
that's cool.
I always give you a verse to go and you carry home. And usually I never prepare this verse.
Oh, that's really cool,
I
man.
never prepare this
That's
verse.
nice.
And your verse is Isaiah 55.
Hey, I'm gonna write that down.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna take that home. Isaiah what? 50.
Yeah, 55. You can go the whole chapter, but the particular one, I know people know the one where is my words,
Yeah.
that doesn't return to me void. That's beautiful.
Yes. Yeah.
That's beautiful. But the beginning of it says, come by with no money. And the verse 2 actually in paraphrase is like, why do you spend money on that which do not satisfy? But basically there's an invitation to say, come and buy with no money.
There's no money.
So as we are at the brink of it, come by with no money. The best is yet to come. There's more. You are a disciplined man. You are a talented man. You are a pusher. And I pray all the best for you.
Thank you so much, man.
Cool. Last 2
Thank
questions.
you for that. Appreciate that.
Top 5 music artists.
Jeez.
And then we can go home.
Is that, wait, 2 questions? What are the 2 questions?
Top 5 music artists, top 5 actors.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna try and make it quick because we're at the end. So top of my head, this may not be, you know what I mean, the set on stone.
Yeah.
It's just now.
Yeah.
Top 5 musicians, ne? Local or international, any?
You put them together, bro.
Okay, mix, ne?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna put my dad on the first. So Bishop Benjamin Dube. I'm gonna go Mali music.
Man.
Yeah.
Oh, you love Mali,
Yeah.
my boy.
Ooh, bro, I love that dude. Okay, I'm gonna go Jonathan McReynolds.
My boy too.
Yeah. I'm gonna go Jacqueline Carr. I'm on 4. Isn't she Kate Carr's daughter?
Yeah.
Oh, that's amazing. I'm on 4. Last one.
Can't you say the surname, bro?
But I didn't know.
No, it's Kate Carr's daughter. Yeah?
Number 4, and this is Christian. Yeah. I'm not going on the circular. So that Jacqueline was 4, ne?
Yeah.
So number 5. Let me think of my playlist. Oh yeah, Todd Delaney. I love Todd Delaney.
Todd. Okay, cool.
I love Todd.
Actors.
Okay, actors. Actors. Sheesh. That's interesting. I'm gonna go Denzel Washington, and then I'm gonna go.
The God.
Yeah, I know that dude. And shucks. Okay, then I'm gonna go. Um, oh, who else? Who else? Who else? Who else?
Denzel can be your number 1, number 2, number 3,
No.
number 5.
Thing is, you see, shucks. I have favorite movies, and I'm just trying to think of those actors in the movies.
Yeah.
So okay, fine. I'm gonna go Denzel, and then I'm gonna go Michael B. Jordan,
Yeah.
and then I'm gonna go who's this lady? Where
Viola Davis.
Viola Davis,
Yeah.
and then I'm gonna go Tusumbedu. Yeah,
She's brilliant.
Yep, she really is.
She's brilliant,
Yeah,
yeah.
and so how many do I have? That's 4.
That's 4.
The last one, I'm gonna go. The last one, I'm gonna go. Now I'm gonna call another local. Ulokunza, Unomzamambata.
Nomza Mubata.
Yeah.
I put you in a spot. Top 5 international and local is too short to put, but you did well.
I tried, man.
You did well.
Yeah.
Bro, we'll see you again.
Please, let's unpack.
Let's unpack.
There's a lot of this was a laying foundation.
Let's unpack.
There's unpacking that needs to be done.
Yeah, thank you, my guy. Thank you very much.
Appreciate it so much.
Thanks, Brian.